Okay, all right, so down in the basement, I'm going to start doing some reviews on some of these signposts, so you guys kind of know what's going on, where your money's best spent, where it's not. My personal opinion has nothing to do with the company or anything, it's just my personal opinion. I'm going to point out what I think is good and what I think is bad regarding these signposts. Real estate agents spend a lot of money on this. So I am going to pause you now while I start breaking open this package. Back in a second. Okay, this particular signpost was ordered from a company called Sanzo Specialties. It was a 2-pack deal. Actually, one of my real estate agents gave this to me because we took over and she wasn't happy with them. But I guess it's a basic 2-pack. The cost was $159.50 and $46.69 for shipping, so a total of $206.19 for 2 signposts, which basically breaks down to $103 each, and they are 5 foot tall. So give me a sec, and I'm gonna just kind of look over the pieces here and point out what's good and bad. Okay, see you in a second. Okay, you're gonna have to bear with me here. I've been doing a lot of work. I got stuff all over the bench here because I do build signposts and vinyl ones, aluminum, wood, whatever my clients need. Okay, so you get some screws, 4 screws, little thing here to for your rider, which I'm really surprised you only got 1 to hold your rider. Usually it should be 2. They should have cut this in half, I think, and probably 1 on each side or whatever the case may be. I wouldn't personally use that. Okay, the second thing are these. I think they're horrible. I'm not getting the concept. I understand, how they work. You squeeze them, they go into the hole, and that's what's used to, kind of, hold your sign panel. Look at it, spins around. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of it. I think it would, break fairly easily. So, I don't even know where the other one is. So, we'll basically, we'll put these in here. Give me a second here. You got to fight with it too. Okay, so basically we got them set up. Like I said, I'm not a big fan. So let me move along in the process here. Be right back with you. Okay, so we're back here. So I put our thumb screw, in their little, rider holder, and I took out our clips, just to show you the top of the post here. Now. Okay, so this thing has to be centered, in between your, your 2 holes there. So, that's not really hard to figure out. It's pretty easy. The thing I don't like are these screws. The head on them is horrible. I don't know. I just don't. I'm just not totally impressed with that. There's like no washer. Phillips head should be a little bit bigger. Give me a sec. I'm going to center this thing up and screw it in, and then we'll keep going on with assembly here. Okay, so I found our center our center part where our rider holder is supposed to go here. It's not. They made it kind of difficult to measure it. You know, I don't have instructions with this. I don't know where, you know, none came with it. But anyway, you know, you kind of measure in between two holes to get your center point, and then, you know, measure from here to here and then transfer it there. You know, kind of a pain, you know, but, you know, doable. So let me get this rider clip attached, but I'm not impressed with you know, how you have to figure it out unless it's different in the instructions, which I didn't see any in the box, so I don't know, maybe they just weren't there. Okay, be back with you. Okay, so I found our center. You can kind of see it. I'm marking on both, you know, to hold the rider and on the arm itself. The problem is now I have to go out and get the drill and do a pilot hole, because there's no way to screw these in without starting a pilot hole. So now you can need a little drill bit and a drill. So I'll be back in a couple minutes. Okay, now you can see what I kind of had to do. I had to drill a couple pilot holes, which these actually should have been, you know, drilled for you. Just making it kind of harder. But okay, I'm gonna get this attached here. But like I said, it did not come with pilot holes. I had to make them myself. So give me a sec and we'll get this on. Okay, so we got that attached. It was a little difficult. Had to change the bit in the screw gun to fit this. So you're going to need a little bit more tools than, you know, just a basic screwdriver to get these in. Even after the pilot hole, I had to use the screw gun. All right, sit tight. We'll move on to the next step. Okay, here's an issue I ran into. Trying to basically slide it through, you know, the hole here. Trying to hold this the best I can. You know, it doesn't fit with the cap on there. So I'm not sure if it was glued or not glued. Hang on one sec. Okay, so I did get it to pop out, but you know, you can see there are some marks here. So you know, I'm not sure if that was glued in there or you know, what their thought is. But this isn't going to hold in there, so this is going to have to be glued in afterwards or something, because this is going to end up getting lost. You know, with the weather and stuff like that, with the way things move. So let's get this arm in here. Okay, so I got the arm in. They did put pilot holes here, but there's no pilot hole in the arm. So I'm gonna have to take a guess. I'm just gonna I'm gonna put these those little hooks back in and just grab a panel and just try to line it up, because this will only hold a 24-inch panel comfortably. You know, probably 24 by 24, because the length is just, it's not there. But give me a sec and I'm gonna get a panel and figure out where this arm has to stay. Okay, so I got my panel in there. You know, I got the arm kind of measured out, and I put the other side in, so it's going to be equal. You can kind of see our panel here. This is what I don't like, right here, how it goes through the panel, because it'll snap like that and it falls right out. I'll be back to show you the pilot hole. Okay, again, there was no pilot hole in the arm. I had trouble on the other side, so that's why I just drilled through a little pilot hole. Hang on one sec. Okay, so I switched out my bit here, and since I did a pilot hole, this might be tough to do holding the phone here. Okay, so that's going to be about it. Little snap cover. I do like that. It's kind of cool. Kind of conceals it. Still concerned about the back a little bit. You know, I know it's designed now to come off, but I just don't like it. Over time, it's going to loosen up. You're going to lose it. And I was definitely, you know, concerned with, if you can see it, the way, you know, the way that this is up in here like this, with the slightest little, you know, wind or something, it could, you know, it could just pop right out, or a little bit of force, or anything. So I'm not really impressed with this style, you know, clip. Just not a big fan, and over time they're going to wear, you know, they're going to stretch. So now we'll I'm going to take the panel off and go over some other things that I do and don't like about this. Okay, hold on. Okay, this is part 2 of the Sanzo, Sanzo signpost. I guess it's their basic model. Anyway, so I got it kind of assembled. You know, I got it level. Like I said, these are the hooks. Not a big fan. Definitely not a big fan. That's kind of cool. The other thing I don't like is this cap is glued on. So if it does fall, it's going to crack and break. This you're probably going to lose over time. Maybe not, but I just don't trust it. But you can't glue it or do anything with it. What I would do, probably pop a little screw in there so you can take it in and out, just to be safe, so you don't actually lose it. Okay, so we'll continue with part 2 in a second. I want to give you a measurement of the actual inner, you know, inside, because this is a 5-foot post, but it's 5 foot from here, you know, to the ground. So you're not actually 5 foot. You know what I'm saying? It's just a 5-foot post, but you don't have 5 feet of advertising space. So give me a sec and I'll give you a measurement. Okay, so you got about 50 inches, because you actually got to measure from, you know, here down, not from up and here down. So you actually got about 50 inches. So if you, yeah, if you put a 24-inch, you know, sign, you're probably down around in this vicinity. And, you know, you got, you know, maybe 2 feet, give or change. You know, get a little bit of snow. You know, you're definitely not you're not hanging a rider on the bottom of your sign panel, if that's what you're looking for. That's the next thing we're going to address, is the rider, and then we'll go over the ground stake. So be right back. Okay, so we got our rider attached. This is a, you know, it's a bigger rider than normal, but it doesn't matter, because they're all made, you know, unless you have aluminum or you know, chloroplast. You know, chloroplast is what it is. That's why I really think you need 2 on here. And the reason why, I mean, it, you know, it tightens up fairly well, but the problem is you have this flex in here. I mean, this is a little bit older of a rider, but you know, still not all Asians have brand new riders, so you have a, you know, a lot of flex in there. Not a big fan of that. So, you know, overall on the post, I mean, I'm sorry, for, you know, $103 each, I just don't see it. You know, just on the post alone, I just don't see it. But now we'll go over the ground stake and go from there. Okay, be right back with you. Okay, so I pretty much put the post, it's off to the side. We kind of figured that out. Now this is a ground stake. You can see, you know, something to hit on the top's normal. Piece of, you know, angle iron, whatever. Pretty much the same thing most of them are made out of. This is like their little rod. The thing I don't like about it particularly is this here. I don't know if you can see, but you know, I can flex that, you know, very easily. Now that's bent. So as far as that going in the ground for a little bit, say hi, Zeusy. Okay, but to see that go into the ground, please stop. It's just not going to happen. You know, soft weather, or, you know, soft ground or something maybe, but over time that's going to bend. You know, it's not bad. You know, you have some bad welds in here. Not, you know, not really good. I would use something a lot stronger. You know, and you know, if you're pounding on this, I like the height of this. If you're pounding on this and you do miss, and you know you hit this, you know it's gonna bend. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like I said, I can bend. I can flex that with my, you know, with my hand with ease. You know, I don't know. I mean, I think I showed people ours. You know, ours is much, you know, much different. But like this stake would not work with this post because this is not a true 4x4 post. Just so you know, it's I don't know, it's 3 by, you know, 3.5 by something or whatever. It's not true 4x4. You know, a true 4x4 post is, you know, that's a true 4x4 post. But anyway, in conclusion, not for $103 a piece. I think it can do better. The only thing that I can really say positive about it is I do like the height of the ground stake. I like the little clips that kind of hide the screws. I do like this metal. This is metal. I do like this, but if they had two, that would be nice. You know, cut that in half, 1 and 1. Other than that, I mean, you know, it's just my opinion. You know, I would not pay $103 for this. I couldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. But anyway, that's my review on the Sanzo 5-foot real estate post. You know, the 2-pack that is $159.50 and $46.69 shipping. You know, even if they gave you, you know, 10% off, I mean, it's still, it's not worth it. It's just my opinion. And like I said, this thing, I like the height of it, but it's just going to move around. It's going to tilt. It's going to cause you problems. You can actually see that thing is already bent, and I was just squeezing them. So can you imagine putting a little stress on them with pounding that into the ground. Anyway, that's the second part of my review. You know, sorry Sanzo, but doesn't pass the fast sign installers test. Like I said, we're professionals. We've been doing this for quite a while, and I'm sorry you just don't pass the test. I'd say out of a scale of 1 to 10, you know, I'd probably give it a 3. All right, thank you guys. Stay tuned. We'll have some more reviews and you know, some other signposts from some other companies. And you know, I just want to make sure that you guys aren't wasting your money. Real estate's a tough business, and you know, some houses sell, some don't. Hopefully, you know, hopefully more do for you. You know, more sell. But I don't think I would stick $100 into this where you could pay somebody $49 to go put in a real professional vinyl one, or you know, even a wood one. You know, 25 in, 25 out, or whatever for $50. I would have just paid somebody to do it. Okay, all right, guys. Appreciate it. Fast Sign Installers, fastsigninstallers.com, and we'll talk to you again next time. Thanks.